Hey, welcome. So today we're going to dive into this really simple but beautiful story from the life of the mystic Ramakrishna. It's all about a moment so incredibly profound, it was sparked by, well, nothing more than a flock of birds in the sky.
So let's just jump right into the big question here, because it's kind of a paradox, right? Can this deep spiritual state of oneness, something people literally spend their whole lives trying to find through prayer and meditation, can it just happen out of the blue? Let's see.
All right, so first things first, we gotta set the scene. And what's so amazing about this story is that the setting isn't some fancy temple or a sacred mountain. Nope, it all kicks off on a completely ordinary day, which honestly is what makes what happens next so powerful. So at the very heart of this story, we've got a little boy named Ramakrishna. He's just 6 years old. This is way before he becomes this famous spiritual teacher. Right now, he's just a kid, exploring the world.
And where is he? He's just taking a walk along this little narrow path, kind of like a ridge between these vibrant green fields stretching out everywhere. It's a peaceful, pretty normal scene, the kind of thing you'd see any day.
But then you look up, and above all this green, you've got this dramatic contrast, a line of dark, heavy clouds just hanging there in the sky. It creates this mood, like the world is just holding its breath for a second.
And into this quiet picture of green earth and dark sky, something happens. As the little boy walks, he startles a flock of white herons, and they suddenly take off. It's just this incredible flash of white against all that darkness.
I mean, just try to picture this for a second. All the pieces just click together perfectly. You've got this clean, white line of birds flying. Behind them, those dramatic dark clouds. Below them, the bright green earth, and in front of them, the morning sun. It's like a perfect piece of art created by nature in just 1 second.
So, okay, we've got this absolutely stunning image, but the real story, the crucial part, is what it did to the little boy who saw it. Let's really dig into the incredible impact of this one single moment.
You see, this wasn't just some pretty thing he was looking at. The source material says that this single, graceful sweep of the wings against the sky didn't just grab his attention. It literally carried his whole awareness, his whole being, inward.
And his body just reacted. He was so completely overwhelmed by the beauty and the sheer vastness of that moment, Ramakrishna just closed his eyes and fell right there on the path, totally losing touch with the outside world.
So what was this state he fell into? Well, it actually has a name, Samadhi. And to put it simply, it's this incredibly deep state of consciousness where your sense of being a separate person, a separate you, just melts away. It's a feeling of being completely and totally one with everything around you.
And what's so wild is how this one experience stacked up against the rest of his life. Get this, years later, Ramakrishna himself said that even his most intense, his most focused prayers and worship couldn't give him the same feeling of pure, limitless vastness that he got from those herons.
This really breaks it down perfectly. On the one hand, you've got formal worship. It's structured, right? It's deliberate. You're actively seeking an experience. But then you have the flying herons. That was completely spontaneous, totally vast, and was all about just receiving. And that's the key, isn't it? His mind wasn't trying to achieve anything. It was just open. And because it was open, the whole universe just rushed in.
Okay, so let's bring this all back home. How does a story about a little boy and some birds from so long ago have anything to do with our lives right now? And this is such a great question from the source material. I mean, think about it. We've all seen beautiful things in nature. We've seen birds, we've seen cool-looking clouds. So what makes Ramakrishna's experience so different from us just looking at a nice view? And here's the answer, and it's just really beautiful. The story isn't just about seeing something, it's about tasting it. It suggests there's this poetry of life that's always there in these simple moments, this deeper reality we can tap into, but only if we're open enough to really, truly feel it.
So to wrap this all up, I want to leave you with this question to just kind of think about. Forget about some grand spiritual quest for a second. Just think about those small, spontaneous moments of pure awe in your own life. A sunset, a song that hits you just right, a sudden feeling of connection. Where have you found your flying herons? Where have you tasted the poetry of life?